Dear height everybody, and welcome my fellow uncouth Americans. I am Shannon Esther Shining Star. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, you crazy heathens. Thank you. America's first Yule, or at least technically it came over when Christmas did, but we're going to learn where the yuletide came from. For the European winter solstices, that's sol for sun, stis as in stillness, or the sun standing still. I will go through 4 races from 4 different directions of tribes of Europe, pre-Christianity, the same as I did for North America. Starting with the southern peninsula of Europe, the original Hispaniola peoples, the Iberians of Spain. According to their celebration, the Santa Copana, or Holy Company, it is a legend of the wild hunt. For 12 days, 12 nights, there's a procession of souls cloaked in white, holding candles, burning them as they walk the earth, usually led by a dog and a goat as deity symbols of the hunt and death, as well as the goddess Antangina of the underworld. Only children and the gifted can see them, but all can smell the wax. That's cool to think of. Moving onwards and upwards to the western tribes of Ireland. Of course I'm going to include them. Hello. The Irish winter solstice, that's Grin Adstu de Americ by the Gaelics, and Alban Artan for the Druids, that's Celtic sorcerers. They would decorate with evergreens and berries, things like mistletoe for kissing underneath, and throwing holly upon the snow, signifying the fall of the Holly King and the triumph of the Oak King, giving way for his rule in the growing warm days of sunshine. Sacrifices of goats, stags, humans, and boars would be made to these gods, in the name of the next harvest and survival. I am not beneath jabs at my own cultures, really. 'Cause I myself have to look at some things and say, the fuck? Okay, it made sense to them at the time, I guess. Moving on. We go north. Further north. To the Sami or the Sami peoples travelled from Eastern Europe. They are not Vikings themselves, but they did in feuds with Vikings in general later on, and Scandinavians, giving us Jul, Yule, Scandinavian for wheel. A time when everyone would party their ass off, and some would get particularly up there. In many forms, in order to speak to the gods. They too sacrificing to their gods of life and death, and it is said that Odin will ride his steed through the night, leading his own wild hunt. Alongside him is the Sami goddess, or the Sami goddess, Beevi. She rides her sleigh pulled by 8 reindeer, and the sleigh made of antlers. These traditions were spread all over from the Germanic tundra to the Black Sea. In the east of the time of the Gallo or Gallo-Romans, you have the celebration of Saturnalia for their winter solstice, for the agricultural god Saturn. They would hold a large festival with sacrifices of pigs, usually at the feet of the deity in his temple. This humble one-day tradition grew into 7 days over the years, with merriment and gift-giving orgies, and the gifts would be sometimes out of affection or sometimes out of naughty gags. The king would appoint a faux king for the day called Lord of Misrule. He was allowed to give low-level orders and be waited on hand and foot for a day. Phew, I am done. Most of these traditions, as we know, have been thriving today in America. But again, they were dismissed, as I said in my Christmas video, by the Puritans. But thanks to Irish, Germanic, English, etc., 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 it has been holding pretty true. Personally, I like my Pictish traditions, such as, body painting and tattoos. This is a Trinity knot. Skål to Yule. As always, I am sorry if I mispronounced anything, said anything wrong, and missed any information. Let me know stories of yours in the comments of Yule. Be respectful as always. Slán.